Hello, everyone. My name is Kelly Williams. I'm the Outreach and Alumni Coordinator at LFCC. We'd like to welcome you to this evening's virtual information session. So in addition to being an employee, I was also a student at LFCC, so I hope that whatever I share with you this evening is helpful not only from the standpoint of someone who worked there, but someone who went there as well.
And I'm Belinda Knutson. I'm a career coach at Fauquier High School, and I work with students who are in the dual enrollment program and also transitioning as new students to LFCC.
Yes, so today we're going to share with you just some general information about LFCC, from programs and classes to paying for college, and even some student resources. So we always open this point to chat. We'll be checking that for any questions. Otherwise, feel free to chime in with audio later.
So why Lord Fairfax? First of all, Lord Fairfax is a community college in our area. It gives you the opportunity to have access to a high quality education. Our professors are often working in their field or have recently worked in their field. So you have someone who didn't just attend school and knows a lot of book knowledge, but has a lot of practical real world experience and a lot of connections for you in that career field. So you are not just getting sort of a second-rate education, you are getting top-notch instruction by teachers who really want to be in the classroom. They're not just squeezing in classes outside of their time where they're doing research, but they are really committed to being in the classroom and sharing their passion for whatever the subject might be with you as a student. In addition, LFCC is very affordable. It's approximately 1/3 the cost of most four-year colleges or universities in Virginia, so you'll be getting that high quality education at a significant savings. We do also offer financial aid and scholarships, so many of our students are not paying the full price out of pocket. Finally, we have multiple locations. We'll talk about that more later, but we have been doing online for a long time. And so if that tends to be something that is of concern to you or something that continues in the future, we are well prepared to either serve you in person or online or some sort of hybrid blend of those two things. We have many degree and certificate programs. I always say we have one entry point, but many exit points. So depending on what sort of time you might have available and resources to commit to pursuing additional education, we have a program that probably fits what you are interested in doing.
So I'd like to share with you now some information about our student body at LFCC. It might surprise you to hear that we have over 17,000 students. That's because our students are being served in a number of different ways. So first, you might see in the green here, continuing education. Those are students who aren't going to like your traditional college classes. They might be taking a class to help them in their jobs that they're already in. So maybe a person in business who's getting an HR credential, or maybe someone who's in IT getting an IT credential. Those are classes that are not going to be lasting as long or occurring in the same way that maybe a typical college class would. The remaining students, the 7,500 and 1,500 that are in blue and yellow, those are traditional college students that are taking those classes every semester, whether it be fall, spring, or summer. One thing you might notice is that out of those students, the majority are actually part-time. A lot of our students are working, going to school at the same time. Maybe they have family obligations, or just going full-time is not for them and maybe not for you. That's totally okay. So that when you go to LFCC, there's a number of ways to engage as a student. So in addition to that, I also wanted to share with you some information about our international students. Currently, we have 198 representing 66 countries. So when you're at LFCC, you might meet someone that you know down the street, a neighbor. You might meet a friend who maybe went to a different high school, someone that you work with, or maybe someone from anywhere around the world.
So we have 4 different locations. Our main campus is in Middleton, and that has all of our programs are available there. And then the Fauquier campus is in Warrenton. Luray Page County, that is just getting a brand new building. It's going to be gorgeous. And then Vint Hill is also in Warrenton in Fauquier County, and it houses our workforce programs. Plus, not listed on there, but available anywhere, anytime, of course, are our online options.
There's a lot of different ways to earn a degree, certificate, or credential at LFCC as well. Like Belinda said, there's that online option. You could go in person to one of our facilities, or you could do a little bit of both, hybrid. But I do want to kind of describe for you all maybe who are less familiar what a degree is, what a certificate is, and what a credential might be. So starting with a degree, there's two different ways that you can approach that. The first is applied and the second is transfer. So if you're going to go for an applied degree, that means that you want to spend 2 years at the college, or a little bit more if you're going part-time, and then go out into the workforce. So some examples of that might be an accounting degree, an RN degree, surgical tech, EMS, IT, early childhood education. Those are, again, degrees that are going to get you out into the workforce with the knowledge and skills that you need. A transfer degree, on the other hand, is going to focus more on those general education courses that you need so that you can have your first 2 years of a 4-year degree fulfilled before you transfer to a college or university. It could be public or it could be private. It's just up to you, whatever you think is best. A certificate is going to be less than 2 years, typically 1 year. And sometimes it can fit into one of those degrees. So to give you an example again, maybe you want to go into IT and you're getting an IST degree, but you want to fit in like a networking certificate in there. You could do that. Sometimes certificates are also a great stepping stone to get to a degree. So if you want to be an LPN before you become an RN, that's an option too. Again, they take less time and they're usually geared for the workforce. But it's just an option, an opportunity to get started at LFCC. Finally, there's credentials. So for those of you that, again, you want to get a fast track into a career in the area, something that's in demand, something that shows employers that you have that skill set to do that job right, that would be a fantastic option for you. And just some examples of that might be CDL truck driving. It could be HVAC, plumbing, electrician, again, some health professions as well. And there's a lot of flexibility in that because they often are offered nights and weekends. So just know, again, that no matter where you're at and where you're wanting to go, we probably have something that's going to meet your needs and move you forward.
So Kelly talked a little bit about the various options that we have, and you can see on the screen, our program pathways cover so many different areas. So whether you already have an idea of a career field that you're interested in moving forward with, or if you're not really sure and you fall into our exploratory category, we have programs to help you to continue your education, to explore what options there are available. We also have advisors on campus who will help you choose your classes. We have career services, and that is something we'll talk about more in a little bit, but all those things are sort of designed to help you get the education and the training that you need to go forward with whatever program it is that you want to do. So we're really focused on getting you the skills that you need to pursue the career that you would like. If you want to check those out, you can visit our website at lfcc.edu/explore, and you can see all the options that are available in each area.
All right, so I know that we've kind of talked about following your dreams or finding that path that's going to get you to the career that you want to pursue. But of course, one of the biggest concerns that students often express to us is, how am I going to pay for this? The good news is there's a lot of different ways and a lot of different resources that can help you make college more affordable and more accessible to you. So I'm going to give you a couple examples of what those are at LFCC. The first one is going to be financial aid. So when you think of financial aid, that's going to be grants and loans and even scholarships. Grants and loans are going to come from the federal or from the state government when you apply through the FAFSA. That's the online application for student aid. And for a lot of our students at LFCC, grants do cover all or some of that tuition. For others, maybe not. So in that case, there's always scholarships to come in and fill the gaps. The scholarships that we have at LFCC are actually from local donors. These are people that want to see you succeed. And, don't be discouraged if you think, oh, I don't have enough financial need for this, or my grades aren't high enough from high school or when I was last in college. There are so many different ways to get a scholarship. So in addition to grades or maybe your need, there's also perhaps the county that you're living in or the program that you're enrolled in, maybe an activity that you're passionate about. Sometimes there's scholarships for single moms. So just don't rule it out. Definitely apply and see what's available to you as a student at LFCC. If for some reason scholarships, grants, and loans don't cover it all, or you really want to avoid a loan altogether, there's also going to be that tuition payment plan. So that's going to break your payments up throughout the semester. So again, it's more affordable for you. I do want to also take a look at with you guys the tuition difference between LFCC and a four-year college, just to really encourage you more and lets you know that college can be possible through an affordable tuition rate. We're about a third of the cost of a four-year college or university. So you see there the difference is about 4,133 versus 12,000. And that's going to be a public four-year. A private four-year is going to be more, maybe close to 20,000. And we don't want to discourage you from going to a four-year. We just want to empower you with the information so you can make the best decision for yourself.
Kelly mentioned earlier transfer programs, and we do have guaranteed admission and transfer agreements with more than 30 colleges and universities. So the guaranteed admissions agreements sort of take the guesswork for you out of, am I going to get into that dream school, the program that I'm really interested in? With those agreements, if you earn the associate's degree that is spelled out in the agreement, you complete the coursework, and you have the GPA that is required by the four-year school, then you are guaranteed admission. You do still have to apply, but you will automatically be admitted. Our transfer agreements also take some of the guesswork out for you as well, because those apply to the courses, and they just let you know, if I take this class at LFCC, it will count the way I think it will at the receiving institution. So for example, if you take a class or a semester or a year with LFCC, but you don't complete an associate's degree, you still can transfer those classes, and you are able to look. Actually, the VCCS has an equivalency guide, and you can see exactly how our classes will transfer to a variety of colleges in Virginia, and you can just know exactly what the credit will be.
So along with studying, sometimes we need a little bit of a break between classes. That's what student life and engagement is for. So I want to give you some different ways to get involved at any of our campuses and centers. And keep in mind too, it's not just for a break for you, although that's always an amazing feeling, but it's also to really build you up as a student and as an individual in our community. So one example of ways to get involved on campus is through student clubs and organizations. Some of them are going to be leadership based. So if you wanted to join the Student Government Association or student ambassadors, you could do that and serve as a representative of your student body, the college admins, and community leaders. You could also join some that are based on academic achievement, like Phi Theta Kappa. So that's the honor society for two-year colleges, and it's international. So you can meet so many incredible people through that organization and also participate in volunteer activities too. There's also the faith-based groups on campus, program-specific groups like Nursing Student Association, and then also special interests. So some of the groups have had like a Happy Feet dance club or a nerd herd at one point. There's also been jokes about, let's get a cooking club together. It's honestly whatever you want, and it's always changing based on what our student body is really interested in. There's also a lot of activities going on. So if you're interested in the performing arts, you could join our Fairfax Follies and be part of kind of a variety show, or you could go on the very popular mystery bus. So that is an activity where you don't know where you're going, you're given one hint, and you're riding in this bus with 15 other people to the surprise. So it could be maybe a picnic, it could be ballroom dancing, it could be, rock climbing. I mean, who knows, guys? It's all over the place, even haunted houses. So it's always worth attending for those of you that are a little more adventurous. Speaking of adventure, we also have lots of ways to get involved in recreation. So we've gone kayaking, horseback riding, spelunking, which is going into caves. We've even had a rock wall on campus, and we've also had lots of intramural athletics, whether it's been softball or soccer or basketball. We've always found ways to get our students involved in that competitive way. And finally, there's volunteerism. So for those of you that are of giving heart and like to give back, we do have a day of caring that happens every year that's in partnership with the United Way. We go to other community organizations and help them out. And we've had alternative spring breaks where we've done individual trips each day or gone to, maybe Buffalo, New York, and did something for Habitat for Humanity. So it's all across the board, and I really encourage you to get involved.
So on campus, we do have professionals who are here to help you figure out what's my next step, how do I get from where I'm starting out and not really sure what to do to that place where I know what I'm doing, I know where I'm going. whether it's your academic advisor, if you need assistance because English isn't your first language, if you need help exploring how do I get a job, what are the job options in this area. I might be thinking about majoring in this thing, but I have no idea what people do with that major. We offer dual enrollment, and that is if you are taking classes through your high school or as a high school student with the community college. We also have services that meet your needs. We're not just concerned about you in the classroom, but also if you are having difficulty with maybe meeting some of your basic needs, there's programs through the We Care organization to help out with whatever it is that might be needed for you, whether it's childcare, food services, those sorts of things. We're trying to make sure that our students have what they need to be successful, whatever background or obstacle they might be facing.
All right, I'm just going to skip ahead through these slides. This is just more information about specific resources that we have to offer. But for the purpose of this session, we're just going to go over everything briefly as Belinda described. So we do want to encourage you, though, whether you want to learn about those resources, paying for college, or the programs, to get in touch with us, stay informed, and get engaged. We have here our website, our Facebook and Instagram information, where you can find out about events, how to get in touch with an advisor, or even how to enroll at LFCC. And there's one thing we want you all to remember, and it's that in the 50 years that LFCC has been open, your future has been our focus, and that has never changed and will not, especially during this time. So feel free to reach out to Belinda or I or anyone else at the college. We are here to help you.
Thanks so much for joining us tonight. We've really enjoyed our time with you.